Hi friends, this is Becky. Welcome back to my channel. My channel is all about my good midlife crisis, where I'm journeying through my 40s, working very hard to get my poop in a group. In order to do this, I have been working on my financial, my physical, and my mental health. And normally, at this point, I would tell you what this video is about, but this video is kind of going to be about all three of them. This is going to be my goals for 2023, and it's going to start off kind of financial, but then when I actually list my goals, I'm going to have some mental health goals, I'm going to have some financial health goals, and I'm going to have some physical health goals. So this video kind of encompasses all three of my journeys. And the more I am on these journeys, the more I realize that they all kind of intertwine with each other anyway. I do try to separate them because I know some people are really only here for the weight loss and some people are really only here for the budgeting. And I only have a handful of mental health videos, but some people watch those exclusively. But they do really all interact in my brain. So this video, I'm going to start off by showing you I set up an entire year's budget for 2023. I downloaded a template off of the internets, and I will link this below. This had a lot of categories, and if you are looking for a budget, a free one, this was a free download. I did not pay for it. This is a great way to start. This is not how I budget, but just to kind of look at my year at a glance, this is how I decided to do it. And it never occurred to me to do an entire year at a glance. And then I saw two different videos last week on two channels that I watch. I watched Becky Budgets. I don't know why my brain just stopped working. Becky Budgets. She did her 2023 full year budget. And then I watched Avery. Avery Money Moves with Avery. Avery. I don't know. Her name is Avery. And she did her 2023 budget setup. And I was like, how come it has never occurred to me to do a full year's budget setup? So I decided to do mine just to give myself kind of make sure I wasn't overestimating how much money I had to put to certain goals, and I think I'm okay. And then I'm going to switch to my tab, the second tab here, because this averages tab, I just created myself. This doesn't come on the spreadsheet. And I went through YNAB. So YNAB is the software that I use to do my digital cash stuffing and my budgeting, and it stands for You Need a Budget, and it is a fantastic program, and it has really cool reports. The problem that I ran into this year is that I ended up doing a fresh start mid-year, so half of the money that I spent in the year is in one budget, and half of it's in another budget. And YNAB does separate those budgets because as far as they're concerned, they are different budgets. It's not just me splitting my budget in half. So I had to kind of put together what I spent in the original budget and what I spent in the current budget and put them together to average how much I spent. So I did both of those things. And then at the end, I will get into my goals. I made just a couple of goals for each of my journeys. So let's see if I can shrink myself. Sorry, my lighting is bad, y'all. It is 7:40 and it's dark and late, and I have this ring light on as bright as it'll go, but I hope it's okay. Also, I am actually recording on the earbuds, so I hope that the audio is okay. If it's not, you'll never know because I'll just re-record it. So, I won't go into too much detail on this because it's basically going to be the same for every month. And if you watched my January budget setup video, you will know that I don't actually know what my paychecks are going to be. I did change up the way my deductions are coming out. So I have a lot of money going into my HSA. I did sign up for a new AFLAC plan it'll be coming out of my payroll deduction instead of me paying for it every month. So I don't know exactly how this is going to work, but I just averaged about $1,600 a paycheck, which I'm hoping is very conservative. So for January, I should also be getting a $1,000 refund. If you've been following my channel for a while, you will know that I had decided to purchase a new car, and I put a $1,000 deposit down to hold my place in line because there's such a big back order. I wanted a hybrid. Then I was diagnosed with celiac, and I ended up with a lot of medical bills. And then I took a look at my life, and I asked myself, what do you want more, Becky? Do you want a car or do you want to cruise in a mattress? And I decided cruise and mattress is what I wanted more right now. So I need to call and cancel that car. I had to wait until I had placed a deposit and it had been 120 days in order to get the full deposit back. And 120 days was actually yesterday, December 27th. But we've been really busy at work, so I haven't had time to call them yet. I will hopefully call them tomorrow. Either way, even if I don't call them until next week, they say it takes 3 to 5 business days or 3 to 7 business days to get the refund. So either way I do it, I should get it in January, and that will be this $1,000. This $850 is what Nathan owes me for his part of the cruise. He is going on the cruise with me. Nathan is my roommate, and Nathan and my cousin Burl and a couple of my wine lady friends and I are going on a cruise in March, Lord willing. And I just put it on my card, and this is what Nathan still owes me for his part of the cruise. So he really wants to pay me back. He said he's going to pay me back by February because he wants to pay it off before we go on the cruise. So I am putting it here. But if it doesn't pay me till March, then whatever. He'll pay me in March. So those are the only two differences in income. And the reason you see some of these are higher is because some months I get an extra paycheck, and some because I get paid bi-weekly. So there are 2 months a year that I get 3 weeks, 3 paychecks. And then for some reason I get 3 paychecks in December, which I don't think I've ever had a year where I get 3 paychecks for 3 months. But to be fair, for the past 15 years of my life, I've been paid bi-monthly, so I don't remember really what it's like to be paid bi-weekly instead of bi-monthly. So my total income for the year, and this is going to be after taxes, after deductions, after everything that comes out of my check, my 401k, my HSA, my insurance, and whatever I'm putting away. And then Seth is a friend of mine. He pays me $450 a month. I had purchased a car for my niece when my niece came to live with me. And then when she moved out and could no longer afford the car payments, our friend Seth, who is a member of my church, took over the car payments. So he pays me every month for his car and for his part of the car insurance. So that's what this $450 is. I feel very confident keeping this. He's been paying on time every month for years. So I am very confident anticipating this income. I don't have a problem with that. So my total income for the year should be $50,450 after all of my taxes and deductions. And then my bills for the month don't really change. The only reason some of them would change is some of them are what changes here? This one changes because my gym membership, there is once a year they have a fee that I have to pay, and that comes out in August. It's an extra, whatever, $40 or something. So I have to pay that, so it gets a little bit higher. My Best Buy card, I'm paying $130 a month. This card will be paid off in June because that is when the no interest ends, and so I won't owe anything after that. It'll be paid off. I only owe $752, so I'll pay the $130 through May and then $102 in June, and then that card will be paid off. And then the same with my Saver One card. This is the card that has my cruise on it. This has no interest financing through August, so I have to pay $28.71 a month up until August, and that will pay the card off. I am going to be honest with you, I'm not going to be paying that much for the first 2 months. I'm going to use that $1,000 to put a big chunk of it toward this. And that's how I'm going to pay that card off. But that's the only reason it would change is if I have a fee or if I am paying off a card, then the balance would change there. And then I like this graph here. I don't really know how they did it. I know Excel enough to use it and make spreadsheets and tables and stuff and pivot tables and get what I need out of it, but I have never, ever made a graph like this. But anyway, I think that's cool. It shows you you're paying this much and then all of a sudden you're paying nothing. I love it. What is this? Oh, PayPal credit. I have to pay $30 a month and then that'll be paid off. Again, this is also no interest. So currently I don't have any debt that has interest, which I'm very thankful for. So I have it calculated to where I will pay everything off by the end of the no interest terms, and that is what these are. Okay, then daily living. So these, if you watch my YNAB budget with me, you will know that these are the categories that I use in my YNAB. These are the headers that I use. So my dining out, my groceries, my fun money, my ecclesial expenses, my gas, this is gas for my car. Self-care is my treat yourself money, pet expenses because I have pets, Household is stuff like paper towels and toilet paper and shampoo and stuff like that. Budgeting is money that I spend to do budgeting. It is money that I would spend on new pens, on new planner materials, on stickers, on things like that. I give myself $25 a month for that. And then stuff I forgot is a monthly $20 and I'm going to start pulling this $20 out in cash because I want to start a savings challenge with this money, and I'm going to try to save whatever I don't spend. So if I go over, I pull it out of this and I don't have that money anymore. But if I don't use it, then I can save that money in this piggy bank that I made for myself. So I took an old lemonade bucket tin and I printed these free pictures out off of the internet, and I made myself a piggy bank, put a hole in the top of it. I already had a couple of dollars in change that I've had for years that I was just sitting on my desk. So I put that in there, and then I'm going to save whatever is left of that $20 at the end of every month and put it in my bucket, and at the end of the year, we'll see how much I've saved. So that's one of my goals. I want to have extra savings that aren't part of what's on this list. Again, I'm pointing at my screen because that's what I do. I Let me see. So those are my categories. They should be the same every month. The only reason they would change is if there's an extra week. So dining out, I do $50 a month. On a week that there are 5 weeks in the month, and I ended up putting the number of weeks in the month up here because sometimes there are 5 weeks in the month, but I still only get 2 paychecks. It just depends on where the Friday falls. So if there are 5 weeks in the month, I have to do an extra $50 for that, or an extra $25, an extra $10, whatever my goal for the week is. So groceries is $75 a week, fun money is $10 a week, ecclesial expenses is $40 a week, gas, I give myself $50 every 2 weeks. Every time I get a paycheck, I do $50. Medical expenses, no, that's not medical, that's ecclesial. Ecclesial expenses, this is my church donation. I do $40 a week. Gas, self-care, pet expenses. Anyway, it's all pretty self-explanatory. I don't want to go into detail. I said I wasn't going to go into detail, and then I started going into detail. Sorry. Then I have my sinking funds. These are the goals that I have for the year, for things that are not every month. Some of them are once a year, some of them are once every 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 years, but I just want to have money set aside for them when I know they are due. So medical expenses, I'm going to be putting $100 a month away. Currently, I'm doing a little bit more than that, but that is because currently I don't have as much coming out of my check toward my HSA as I will starting in January. So beginning in January, I'm going to be putting more aside out of my paycheck before it even hits my account, so I shouldn't have to have as much in this category. Car maintenance is for car maintenance, like windshield wipers, brakes, something that literally falls off of my car, which happened to me this year. Like I literally had a part of my car fall off. Things like that. Clothes, vacation. This is not for my cruise. This is for trips that I want to take, like to pay for a hotel if my mom and I go somewhere or something like that. Passport. This is, no, sorry. I know how to use Excel. I don't know how to use a trackpad. So that's what's causing that error. Passport this is one of the once every 10 years. So I just put $1.77 a month away. And then when my passport is due, I don't have to come up with the extra $150, $200 that you need for the passport. I will already have it set aside. Costco is an annual membership. Wondershare is my video editing software that I use. And that's how I do this picture-in-picture. Avery, if you were wondering, I watched your video tonight with your 2022 goal recap, and I do pay for it, but it is only $5 a month, and that's how I do the picture, like my picture up in the corner. I do think that there are some free programs, but I haven't found them. So if you find one, let me know. Registration is for my vehicle inspection and registration. It's normally about $100 a year. That's an annual expense. Holiday giving. When we get to my recap, my averages, you will see. So my goal for 2022 was $500. Y'all, blew that out of the water. I almost triple spent that goal. I was not realistic. My goal for 2023 is $1,000, and I am going to try to really, really stick to that. I think part of my problem for 2022 was that I did pull some things out of there that were not actually holiday giving. They were birthday giving, and I need to put them in birthday giving and not holiday giving. I need to categorize things appropriately. Taxes, I put $20 a month away just in case I owe anything at the end of the year. I'm not sure if I'll keep that up next year, but I am going to budget it. I think once I get my taxes this year and I see how I do, if I don't owe anything, then I might not keep it up next year. If I do owe, then I'm definitely going to keep it up, and I might have to increase it depending on what I owe. I just have no idea because they don't let you claim extra on your taxes now like they used to. So I don't know what I have. Find Me Gluten Free is an app. I have celiac disease, and it comes in super useful when I am trying to find a place where I can eat safely and not have to worry about what I'm eating and if I can find something. Thrive is also something I signed up for when I was diagnosed with celiac. This was just a couple of months ago, so I'm still learning. I went a little overboard and I bought a lot of different things that I probably don't need and I probably won't keep. I don't know that I'll keep Thrive. I will probably keep Find Me Gluten Free, but I don't know that I'll keep Thrive. But if I do, I want to have the money saved to pay for it. So this is an annual subscription. I've already paid for this year. When it comes due again in November of next year, I think that's when I signed up for it. Either end of September, no, October. I think it was October. Then I'll have the money set aside. If I don't use it, then great. I'll have that money that I can just do something else with, put it toward a savings challenge or toward my holiday giving. And then YNAB is the budgeting software that I was talking about. This is a paid subscription. I already have my fee saved for next year, and I have a couple of free months available. So I don't actually need to pay it until April. And then after I've paid it, I'll start saving for my 2024 renewal. If you are interested in trying out YNAB, I will leave a link in the description of this video and you can give it a try. If you're looking for a really good digital budgeting system, I highly recommend it. It has completely changed my entire life in the last couple of years. I will say it is kind of pricey. As you can see, it's $9.20 a month. It's just about $100 a year. But it's fantastic and worth every penny. I would pay twice as much. Don't tell them I said that because I don't want them to charge me twice as much, but I would pay it. It is worth it to me. If you do want to try it out, you get a completely risk-free, don't even give them any credit card information, free trial for 34 days. And then if you do decide you like it and you've used my link, you'll get an additional 30 days for free, and so will I. And so we will each get you will get 64 days for free and I will get an additional 30 days for free. That's my spiel. The end. I'm going to stop that. So I don't start saving for that until May when I've paid my annual membership. Okay, and then the last thing I have here is my savings. These are my savings goals I know I want to do. I want to have a $2,000 emergency fund by the end of the year. I did have a $1,000 emergency fund this year and I blew it on medical bills. I save for my nephew. This is my great nephew, my nephew's son. I'm doing a Save Your Age. He is 2 months old. Well, he will be 2 months old in like a couple of days. So I'm doing $1 a week for his age. I'll do $1 a week this year and next year. And then when he's 2, I'll do $2 a week. When he's 3, I'll do $3 a week. I'm doing that for him. And that is, I'm just going to keep doing that until he's 18. So that's $104 for the entire year for baby Joe. I think I can probably swing that, I hope. And then pet emergencies, I put $50 away every month toward vet bills, annual shots, something that crops up. And then the way I do this is anything left in my pet fund at the end of the month goes into my pet emergency, so that helps build it up. I will probably also do my 52-week challenge, but I don't have that in here because I haven't fully decided all of the challenges. So if you watch this channel, you will know that I had ordered the savings challenge book from Budget with Ira, who is another budgeter on YouTube, and he's based in the UK. I did not realize that there was some sort of like mail crisis in the UK and nothing is being shipped. So I ordered it on Black Friday, and I still don't have it. I know that's not usual for him, and I know it's not his fault. He shipped it pretty immediately. It's just stuck somewhere in the UK mail system. So because I don't have that, and I've never really looked through it, I don't know what the challenges are. So I want to wait until I have that in hand before I figure out what my actual 2023 savings challenges are. I am going to go ahead and start putting money into my 52-week challenge in January until I get that book, just so I have something set aside. Also, the Budget Mom Savings Challenge for 2023 is free this year. It used to be a $10 paid membership, but this year it is completely free. So if you are interested in doing the Budget Mom Savings Challenge, there is a Facebook group. I will put a link to that in the description box below, and you can sign up for that as well. I signed up for it this year. I already did sign up for it for 2023. This year I paid, but next year I'll get it for free. And then I'm going to be doing that miscellaneous stuff I forgot to budget for challenge as well. And I'm just going to, anytime I come across cash, I'll probably just stick it in there because I don't ever spend cash. I don't like cash. So those are my total expenses for the year, which totals $45,557. And that leaves me almost $5,000 that I did not account for. Now, this is not a zero-based budget. The way I do my budget is a zero-based budget, but this overview, I just wanted to make sure that I could do the goals I wanted to do. So now I know I have about $5,000, like $4,800 that I can put toward other savings goals or try to pay off my debt, my loan a little bit early, my debt consolidation loan. I can figure that out as I go. Probably on a month by month. This month I'm going to throw this money to debt, and this month I'm going to put it in a savings challenge. We'll see as I go. But I just wanted to look at this overview to make sure I could do it. So let's go to my averages, y'all. Please be sitting down. Please just be prepared for how much I overspent this year. And this was with me budgeting. So try to imagine how much I overspent before I started budgeting. Just try to imagine that. Some of you know me and have known me for years, and so you don't really have to think very hard. But this is why my finances were in such a mess, and this is why YNAB has helped me. Because at least now I can look at it and be like, oh, this is what I'm doing. Maybe I need to rein that in. Okay, here we go. I'm going to click. So, I've created this handy dandy little spreadsheet. So for dining out, in my archived budget, I spent $1,265.26, and in my current budget, I spent $1,899.33. So in dining out in 2022, I spent $3,164.55. That averages to $60.86 a week. My goal is $50 a week, which means I overspent this category by an average of $10.86 every single week. I'm not changing any of my goals. I still want to do this at $50 a week, but I want to stick to $50 a week. For groceries, I totally spent almost $5,000. In total, I spent $4,986.02. That is an average of $95.89 a week. And my goal is $75 a week. And that is almost $21 overspent every single week. Now, in my defense, I know that a large chunk of this, like if you see the difference, a large chunk of this is when I received my celiac diagnosis and I went overboard signing up for Thrive and trying all the gluten-free stuff I could find. I signed up for Magic Spoon, y'all. I spent like $80 on cereal and I didn't even like it. I ended up giving it to a friend of mine because I was like, I spent so much money, I don't want to throw it away. So a large chunk of this is money that I did spend trying out gluten-free options. And now that I have gotten a little bit more familiar with the gluten-free, found some brands that I love Char, by the way. It's like my go-to for anything. If there's a Char brand of it, I'm going to buy it. I love it. So now that I've kind of reined that in a little bit, I think that will help. And I think that is where a large chunk of this money went. But we'll find out next year. So my goal is going to continue to be $75 a week on groceries, and we'll see if I can stick to it next year. I spent $2,182 on giving, which is $41.96 a week. And my goal is $50 a month, which is $12.50 a week, which means I overspent in giving by almost $30 every single week. I know I've said it before, giving is my love language. I love to buy people things, but I have got to rein that in. Like, I have got to rein that in. I've just got to. I'm going to keep it at $50 a month and see if I can. If at the end of 2023 I'm still stupidly over, I might have to just acknowledge the fact that I am under budgeting and up it. But I'm going to do my very best to rein that in. I still love all of you. I'm sorry. I just am going to have to rein in the giving. I'm just going so over. Tiffany is my niece, and I somehow actually managed to not go over on giving to her. And I think that's because in the last couple of months, she's been doing so much better financially. But I typically average $50 a month to send to her, and I sent her $555 last year, which was only an average of $10.67 a week, and that's a $12.50 a week goal. So I was under by $1.83 a week. Self-care is my nails, my hair, my anything I buy to treat myself. Anything like that. So I give myself $25 every paycheck. So it's normally $50. Sometimes it's $75 a month. My goal is $50 a month is $12.50 a week. And this is saying I spent $21.34 a week. So I went over by $8.84. I don't know what caused that to go over. I'm thinking I might have categorized something as self-care that wasn't really self-care, because I have only gotten like one pedicure this year, and I only got my hair cut twice this year, and the first time shouldn't even count because they didn't really cut it, and the second time was just like on Friday I got my hair cut. That first time, oh my goodness. Oh, and I got my hair done for Ice Ball. I don't know, maybe, but I just don't think I spent that much money on it. I still have quite a bit of money in there, but whatever. I'm going to keep that goal. I think $50 a month or $75, depending on the pay weeks, is completely manageable for me. That's a realistic goal. Clothing, I spent a total of $422.11 on clothes, which was about $8.12 on average a week. This is only a $25 a month goal. So that's $6.25 a week, which means I overspent by $1.87 a week. I'm okay with that. I'm going to keep it at $25 a month. I think this is realistic. I might up it just for my cruise because I do need to buy a couple of bathing suits, but I might also put that in my vacation or my cruise fund and not in my clothing fund, because the reason I'm purchasing them is specifically for this cruise. Gas is my gas for my car. I spent only $796.92 on gas this year, y'all. I don't drive very much. So that's an average of $15.33 a week, and I budget $25 a week. So I am under by almost $10, $9.67 under. So I'm not going to change it. I'm going to keep it at $100 a month, which is $50 a paycheck. But I feel, as long as gas prices don't skyrocket again, I feel like maybe next year I can maybe pull this down a little bit. We'll see. Fun money, I gave myself $10 a week for this, which I spent a total of $673.65, which averaged out to $12.95 a week. My goal is $10 a week, so I was over by $2.95. I'm going to keep that at $10. I think that there were, especially at the beginning of the year, a couple of things that I just bought that I probably shouldn't have, and some things I put into fun money that maybe shouldn't have been fun money, but I know I put some dining out in fun money. I know I did, because I was out of dining out money and I put it in fun money. So that's probably where that overspending comes from, because I don't spend that much money out of this category on actual fun money stuff. Fun money would be if I wanted to buy a Sims package, which I just did this weekend, bought a couple of packages on Sims. And if I wanted to go to a movie, I have my Cinemark membership, so I don't pay for the movie tickets. But if I was going to pay for a movie ticket, it'd come out of here. Or if I buy snacks at the movie theater, it would come out of here. That's fun money for me. And then budgeting, again, this is the category where I buy things related to my budget, my stickers, my planners, my pens, anything like that. I give myself $25 a month for that. Last year, I spent $388.49. That was an average of $7.47 a week. My goal is $625 a week, so I was just very slightly over by $1.22. You know what? I did not total this up. Equals. Well, that didn't work. I don't know if it'll work because these are formulas. Can we just equals? No, it won't work because these are formulas. Whale, blue. Can I do this? I was, oh no, thanks. I never do this. Okay. I was an average, no, I was a total of $64.59 a week overspending last year. Let's see if we can rein that in next year. Let's see if in 2023, at the end of 2023, I'm going to come back to the spreadsheet and I'm going to plug in my 2023 numbers and we're going to see how I did. So I'm excited about that. Now to the goals. I'm going to try to keep this short because this has already been longer than I planned on. But I literally just sat down and hand wrote out some goals. So somebody commented on one of my videos asking if you could shrink the Budget Moms Paycheck planner to the Happy Planner standard size. And I had no idea. So I Googled it, I played around in Adobe, and I figured it out. And this was my test, and I printed it out. And yes, you can. You can print it out to the regular classic Happy Planner standard size. So this is the proof of that. I did it, and then I just used this paper for scratch paper, and there are my goals. So I'm going to start with my financial goals. My financial goals for 2023, I want to pay off my cruise, and I want to pay off my Best Buy card. So I want to pay off those two cards that I have a balance on that have zero interest. I want to pay them off before the zero interest is over, which right now I'm totally on track to do. So hopefully nothing comes along and derails it. But that's my goal because I don't want to have any interest. I want to have a $2,000 emergency fund, which I think is very important. I want to have a $1,000 holiday giving fund because I went, a little over. Did I not put holiday giving on here? Y'all, I didn't even put holiday giving on here. I wrote it down and I didn't write it. I didn't put it in here. Let's do this one together. Holiday. I didn't have any in the old budget. In the new budget, I had $1,443.23. That is, okay, I don't even know what my goal, I don't even know. So I didn't have a weekly goal or even a monthly goal. So 500 divided by 52. $9.62 a week is my goal. And I spent $27.75 a week. That was a total of $18.13. I'm doubling that. I'm going to say my goal, what did we just do? Let's do that times 2. Was $19.23. Oh my goodness, Becky. Let's just do this easier. I'm saying I want $1,000 divided by 12, $83.33 monthly. Okay. Let's see if I can do that. Yeah, that was where the majority of my overspending. Well, I thought that was, but really it was giving, which holiday giving is giving. Okay. So anyway, my goal for next year is to do a $1,000 holiday budget. And then in all caps and underlined, stick to my budget. I need to stick to my budget. This is great that I wrote it all out. This is great that I track it and I make these videos, but if I don't stick to it, it doesn't do me any good. I need to stick to my budget. And then I would like to have $500 in a random savings challenge that is not one of my main savings challenges. That's not the like the emergency fund or the holiday giving. It's just a random savings challenge and I managed to save $500. That is my goal. And have the $500 at the end of the year because I did absolutely save more than $500 this year. I just spent it at the end of the year. So I want to have $500 in a random savings account at the end of December next year. Those are my financial goals. My mental health goals. At least once every quarter, I want to have a girls' night with some of my besties. I want to be able to go to dinner or to go get a pedicure or to just go watch a movie, something with just my girls, and go out and do something with them at least once a quarter. Ginny has some kids, so I know it's like going out every month or every week is just not realistic. But and we're all pretty busy. But if we can do it at least once every 3 months, I think that would be fantastic for my mental health. I want to read, and this is the same goal I had last year and I did not meet it, but at least one book on my church put out. I want to read at least one book on my church. Not on my church, but by my church. Related to religion. I want to read at least one book. I haven't done it. I need to do it. I want to do it this year. And I'm going to pick a book. I haven't picked a book yet, but I'm going to pick a book and I'm going to read at least one. If I finish that book, I'll read two, but I want to read at least one. I've read plenty of books that aren't religious this year. I want to focus. I want to try to focus my mind more on God and on my religion and centering it on that. That is my goal. I want to go visit my mom at least once a month. I have tried that and I do, for the most part, I would say on average I do, but I want to make sure that that is something that I am intentionally doing. I talk to my mom twice a day. Literally every morning and every evening I talk to my mom, but I want to go see her at least once a month. She's only 45 minutes away from me. I should be able to manage this. And then this is a mental health thing for me, but I also think that it will help encourage others. I want to buy some thinking of you cards and send at least one out every month, just to some random person that I know, that I don't talk to on a regular basis, just to keep in touch with them and see how they're doing. So that's a goal that I have for 2023. Those are my mental health goals. And then my physical health goals, nothing super shocking in here. I want to increase, I'm currently going to the gym twice a week. I want to increase that to 3 times a week by the end of quarter 1, beginning of quarter 2. That's really just to me making time in my day. I love going to the gym. I enjoy it. I feel good after I've done it. I just have a lot of other things going on. So I'm going to have to move some things around and make time in my day because this is important to me and I want to be able to go to the gym 3 times a week. I want to, and this is not going to be a very big goal, but I'm trying to set realistic goals. If I exceed it, fantastic, but I want to at least meet it. I would like to lose 30 pounds this year. I lost almost 20 pounds since March this year or May. And so I feel like 30 pounds is a realistic goal for me. And I'd like to do that. And in order to do that, I want to start intermittent fasting and calorie counting in January. And see, I'm going to have to figure out how to work intermittent fasting with going to the gym, but that's my goal. I want to try to work in intermittent fasting and calorie counting in January so that I can lose 30 pounds by the end of this year. And those are my goals. So these are my financial, my mental, and my physical health goals for the year of 2023. Have y'all come up with your goals? Have you already written them all out and told everybody, or are you still trying to figure out how it's going to work for you? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. You being here supports me so much, helps me so much to know that other people are rooting for me, that I have accountability. Like, people will call me, and I know y'all will call me out if I don't do things. And please do call me out if I don't do things. That is the whole point of this channel. That is why I started it, is for accountability. You're not going to offend me, I promise. Unless you say something about somebody I love, that will offend me. But call me out if you see me saying I'm going to do something and not doing it. If you see me making a horrible decision, please let me know. All right, y'all. It is after 8 o'clock and I'm going to go get ready for bed because this old lady is tired. But I hope y'all are having a fantastic day. I hope you had a wonderful holiday with your families and I hope you have a really great New Year's planned. I will talk to y'all all later. Have a great day. Bye.